If you're a short-term stock trader in the markets, here's some advice I'm going to give you. I recommend going for base hits rather than home runs. Let's talk about it. Now, I've been actively trading in the markets for around, I'd say 6 to 7 years, okay? I started around 2018, and at first, when I started, I tried to hit so many home runs. Every trade I got involved in, I was always trying to hit a home run. And I'm telling you what, it's a losing battle. It really is. Okay, trying to hit home runs on every single trade is gonna burn you. It really will. Why do I say this? Well, after about 6 to 7 years, I got back into short-term trading recently, kind of related to the YouTube channel in general. I have this show called The Friday Ticker, and fortunately, I was able to roll over a 401k into my IRA, and I've got a more tactful strategy, okay? I'm selling options. And the thing about selling options is there's nothing exciting about it. It takes time. That's what you're doing, is you're selling time. And really what you gotta do is you gotta really strive for base hits and not home runs, because you're limited on the upside of selling options. There's only so much you can make selling premium. And I'm telling you what, so far in the last 6 months, now granted, I will say this has been a bull market, but I've been actually selling options on bear market stocks that are moving sideways, if not down. I'm in a trade right now in Target that has been just doing nothing. There's nothing bullish about it, but I've made the most money I have in a stock in a long time. Not my long-term stocks, but just trading in general. I've been selling these covered calls on Target. I'm in my 3rd one right now. I'm gonna probably be in a 4th one. It wouldn't surprise me. And I'll tell you what, every time that I take one of these short-term trades, they're around 3 to 4 weeks long, it's a base hit. It's a base hit. There's no home runs in options trading. And that's the way you need to think, even about normal trading, okay? If you're gonna go long or short a stock, in general, people get too greedy going for the home run. And as soon as they get greedy, they get this gut feeling in their gut that they probably should close the position, take profits, right? You guys have all been there. If you've ever short-term traded, you've been in a spot where you were in the green, in the profit zone, but then you were like, man, I just want another 200. I just want another 1,000. I want another 5,000 on this trade. And guess what happens? The trade goes in the reverse direction. It reverses on you, and then you go in the red. And then you think to yourself, oh no, I can get back to the green where I was, and then I'll take profit, right? And then, of course, it doesn't happen. It goes against you, and before you know it, you get emotional about the trade, and you sell out for a loss, right? Not only do you not hit the base hit, you don't hit the home run, you lose a home run. That's what happens. You go in the complete opposite direction. And I don't want that for you. I want you to succeed if you're gonna short-term trade. Again, I'm not a professional. I can't tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, in particular on any stock, okay? But my recommendations are, if you are gonna short-term trade, even when it comes to day trading, okay, take your base hits. If you've got a base hit and you're in the green on something, take it. Sell into strength, buy into weakness. Those are the 2 strategies, buy low, sell high, that everyone talks about but nobody implements because of this greed factor, okay? The greed of people wanting to make home runs. We all want them, and we've all gotten them from time to time. I've gotten a few home runs trading, and it's a nice feeling when you do sell and take profit into a home run. It's a great feeling, but it's few and far between. It's not the reality of how the world works. The world works in ways in which you get a lot of base hits, you add them up, you add them up, you add them up, and it starts to compound. All these little base hits, whether it's $100, $500, $1,000, that's a great base hit of a trade. A lot of people get too greedy and they're like, oh, I gotta make a trade for $10,000. Why? Why do you need to do that? If you do enough base hits, 500 here, 400 here, 1,000 here, before you know it, you're gonna have a couple $100,000 before you can even blink. So be aware of this, be tactful when it comes to your trading. Have a target price that you're looking at, but don't you know, if the price action doesn't warrant that target price, change that target price. Say, hey, this is kind of a bearish stock. I need to take profits here. Change the target from which you originally had an initial target. Okay, I've done that before where I've taken a stock and I've looked at it and I said, oh, I think I can make profit here. And then before you know it, the price action dictates something else. And so you got to position yourself differently. I'm in a trade right now with Oracle, and it went against me quite a bit. I wasn't going for a home run. I was simply just selling a put option, and I got assigned shares. And I originally thought, man, I could sell covered calls at this 245 level. But guess what? Based on the price action, I can't hit the home run I initially wanted, where I want to sell covered calls at 245. I got to go lower. I'm going to sell covered calls at 235. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it means that I'm not going to make as much profit as I originally intended. I originally wanted to sell, I think it was like $1,500 in premium at 245, and then sell another $1,000 in premium at 245 for like $2,500. I thought that'd be a nice trade. But now I'm going to take a base hit. Okay, I'm going to sell premium at 235 and maybe only make $300, maybe $400. And I'm down like $9,000 on this trade. Now, this trade could take a while. It could turn into a home run. Okay, with enough base hits by selling covered calls, I can turn this into a home run. Okay, same thing with Target. I was down $9,000 on Target, but I kept selling covered calls. I sold $3,000 here, $1,000 here, $1,000 there, another $3,000. And now this is turning into a really nice trade. And I'm going to keep trading this thing. I'm going to keep hitting more base hits. And if I have to keep hitting base hits on Target and Oracle for an entire year, I'll do so. It's not going to bother me, okay? Because I'm not taking an unrealized loss at this point, okay? Maybe someday I'll have to. I don't know. But that's the thing. If you're willing to take base hits from a short-term trading perspective, you probably can win, honestly. I don't have any trading groups or none of this, you know, trading, business things with YouTube or anything like that, like a lot of day traders have. I'm not into that. Okay, I want you to build wealth, and I want you to do it in a slow, methodical perspective. That's how you do it. You know, I'm not going to even say that you always do short-term trading either. I think long and strong is the way to go. DCA, dollar cost average. You got to have a portfolio of some size or some position that's long, okay? I only short-term trade with a percentage of my portfolio. Right now, I'm at 30% where I'm doing short-term trading with. But, you know, if you're first starting out, I don't recommend any percentage. I think you need to be in the markets long, dollar cost average for at least 5 to 6 years and be actively looking at the charts, watching the price action. If you're going to do any short-term trading, I recommend max $1,000 and just do a swing trade here and there. You know, put $1,000 into whatever stock, whatever, you know. Don't put more than that until you get a feel for the markets and understand that base hits are the way to go. So if you can take $1,000 and build it up to $10,000 in short-term trading, you're doing something good. You actually know what you're doing. You're being patient, tactful. You're probably not going for home runs. That's the honest truth, guys. So yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys make decisions in the market. It's never easy. There's never a right and wrong either. You know, you got to do what's best for you. Nobody can tell you how to do it. Okay, it's scary, but you got to take your time and figure it out if you're going to go this path. So anyways, let me know in the comments below if this has been a good strategy for you, taking base hits versus home runs. And if it is, let me know in the comments. So if you guys could like and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. And take a look at my previous video. And everyone have a good day. Good luck out there. Later.